So you want to buy a BMW F30, or you're trying to pursue a BMW F30. Well, you need to watch this wholeheartedly. There are a few things that I would suggest that you look out for before you actually look at this vehicle, because if you don't know very much about these cars other than just looking at videos, you, my friend, are in for a disaster. Whoa. So let's talk about the fun stuff, right? Why would you want one of these cars? I can only think of a few reasons. A, they look amazing. B, they're cheap. C, you want to flex on your friends. D, maybe you want to be part of the BMW community. E, you want to do some aftermarket potential. All right, so story time. Why did I want my BMW F30? I don't have it right now because something happened to it. Neither am I doing, but it got me to my other BMW I have now, which I haven't released or announced to anybody yet. But why I bought my BMW F30 was simply because I had a B8 2011 Audi A4, and by God, that thing drank oil like 3 times a month. I was buying quarts of oil for this thing and just kept dumping it in because this thing just loved eating oil. And I kept thinking I had an oil leak. No, these things just drink oil. That's the first reason. The second reason is that I let one of my friends who had their temps at the time. I was a very trustworthy person and I was in the car with them, but we had to go get gas. So I was teaching them how to drive and go get gas. And you know those like pillars that are like right by the gas station? Yeah, he hit one of those on the right fender of the Audi. And so I had a oil problem draining my bank account, and then I also had a cosmetic problem from a friend. And then on top of that, just to make matters worse, I had some electrical issues that came after that shortly. So I was just kind of fed up with the vehicle. So I was just thinking at the time, all right, cool. Let's look at BMW since I like European cars and I like the luxury. Why not? So I went over to a place called Pikes Peak Acura, went over there, got the vehicle, everything was good, and I had that car till December of 2022. Before you pursue, know your dues. These cars can be very, very expensive. A few things that are going to be common problems that you're going to have to look at before you buy one of these cars. And I know a lot of you guys are impulsive. You guys will not do this. But fuel pump is a common issue. Head gasket, vacuum pump, drivetrain malfunctions, which could be a few things, but mainly are transmission issues. Exhaust rattle. Oh my gosh. The exhaust rattle that you will most likely get at some point of owning this vehicle is so annoying. It doesn't affect the driving. It just affects your ears. It just sounds like a baby is rattling a stupid rattle like by the side of your ear the whole time. Every time you turn on the car, all you hear is a and the last thing is the timing chain. All these things are common things that happen with the BMW F30, and they are very expensive to fix, especially if you don't go to the right places. Just to let you know, I had to get a new vacuum pump. The thing was making my car stink up. It was overheating part of the engine as well because it was just bad. The labor plus the cost of the part costed me $1,200 just to replace that alone. I had other things go wrong with this car too throughout its lifetime, but that was the most costly for sure. And just so you know, a lot of these issues happen between 80K to 120K miles of the vehicle. So just to give you a little retrospect, if you buy a car that's at 88,000 miles and you saw that it had no previous work done to any of those issues, be prepared. They could happen at any given moment. So if you want a BMW that will not break the bank, there are 2 BMWs I would highly look after. It is the 328i from 2012 to 2016 or the 330i from 2016 to 2018 with the N26 or the B46 motor. What these motors are they're basically low emission engines that BMW designed for the United States, and it basically gives you a warranty on your engine for 150,000 miles up to 15 years as well. So if you get a 2012, just so you know, you're good till 2025 with that engine, as long as it hasn't been past 150,000 50,000 miles. That's the first thing. And look up the state that you're in, because it's not for every state. It's like 15 states they do it for. If you live in a different state, it's okay, because if it was either sold or either owned, I think it's one of those two things in those original states, they'll cover it. Next up, you need to determine what BMW F30 you want. There are 3 types that I categorized it in: pre-LCI, half LCI, and full LCI model. The pre-LCI models are going to be from 2012 to 2015 and include these type of BMWs. The half LCI was only in 2016 and had the same engine platform as the pre-LCI, but had exterior and interior updates of the LCI models. The 2016 to 2018, which is the last one, is the full LCI models, and those are going to be your 330is and 340is. Obviously, the higher you go, the more expensive it's gonna get. And so I want to show you, because there are a big range of BMW F30s that you can get for it. But I don't want you to be disappointed like I was, knowing that there were actually these amazing other F30s that you could actually attain, more than just a standard base pre-LCI one that was cheap because, well, it had no features, right? Including no heated seats. I didn't know these things could not come without heated seats. That was an option back then. So what does a base F30 look like? A base F30 literally has these things, and this is what it'll look like. You'll have no navigation, no rear camera, unless it's a 2016 and above, because then it was legal that you had to have all those cameras. It was a United States law that they had to be done. No parking sensors or even heated seats, no heated steering wheel, no xenon or even LED headlights. And by the way, the halogen headlights, there was a poll that came out back when these first cars came out. The halogen headlights on these BMWs were rated more ugly than a Toyota Prius's. Ugly steering wheel and fog lights. Those are the key indicators that you are looking at a base model F30. Now, because I don't want to go into everything, I'll show you what a fully loaded F30 looks like, and then you guys can pick and choose the options whenever you go and look out for your F30. A fully loaded F30 will look like this for you guys. It'll have navigation, it'll have rear camera with parking sensors, it'll have a 360 camera, heated front and back seats, heated steering wheel, 18-inch wheels, xenon or LED headlights. You could have the M Sport package, which gives you the M Sport brakes, which are optional. Some do, some don't have those. It'll give you the M Sport body kit, M Sport steering wheel, executive package, which gives you keyless entry, automatic trunk sensors, heads-up display. It will also have the driver's assistance package, which gives you lane assist, collision detection, and merging lane assist, which, whatever reason, if you want it, it's cool. It will have possible fog lights. Some came without them, some came with. It really just determined. And it will have possible paddle shifters, all right? So not every M Sport BMW you look at will have paddle shifters. Just an FYI. Automatic will not always have those. If I was going to do a redo today, this would be the F30 that I would look out for, that I would at least get, because I would want to be happy with it. And I want you guys to be happy with your choice as well. I would go for a 328i, or preferably a 330i, or 335i, or a 340i. It should have a clean Carfax, no more than 2 owners. You could stretch to 3 if you really want to, but no, I'm only going to suggest 2 for these cars. Around 80k miles at the max, and this is if you're going to be taking out a loan to get the car, because this is just to get the approval. They really look at 75,000 miles or less whenever you look at used vehicles for BMWs or European cars. 75 miles is really that benchmark right there, but they could sometimes go up to 80. But that would be my suggestion. The packages I would look out for to at least get would be the M Sport package, so you have a better looking exterior, and people will also appreciate it a little bit more than just a base F30. Driver's assistance package, that word's hard to say, because you'll get that rear view camera if it's a 2015 or lower, and you'll also have parking sensors, which is good, because if you're backing in or you don't know where you're looking at, it's just good to have as a nice little daily. I would highly suggest look for one with xenon at least headlights, but more preferably the LEDs, the adaptive LED headlights. And those are not really going to be found on your 328i's or 320i's unless it's a possible 2016 one. You could have those. And then the last package I would look out for would be that executive package. Maybe I'm a little spoiled, all right? I do like my heads-up display, which is one thing that you do get with this package. So how much should you pay for a BMW F30? Well, I've looked at these cars for a big hot minute, even after mine got wrecked and while I even had my car. But it really just depends on the option. If you're going to get a base F30, you should not pay more than 12k if it has good miles and less than 2 owners. 12k at the most. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you have a basic F30, if it has great miles, sure, right? Like under 50k miles, sure, pay 12k. If I was gonna get a fully loaded F30, right, and it would be like a 330i or 340i, be prepared to spend around 25 to 30K for one of those things. If their miles are about under 50K as well. They can be very, very reliable. Like the B46, B48, B58, all those engines are amazing. I wouldn't pay more than 25K to 30K for one of those, but at that point you could look at the G20 series and even get a step up with the exterior and interior updates with that type of money. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this did find it a little bit educational when looking out if you want to change your F30 that you have now, or you're looking to buy an F30 later or soon. This is just a guide that I wish I had looked at before I even bought my F30. Or even future state to where I might want to, get another one. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button. It means a lot, of course. And yeah, this is Dito's Official. I'm out. I'll make some new content. Love ya. Bye.